First of all, I want to say hi and welcome to everyone. Thank you for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. I study ufology, I study astronomy, lots of findings around and on the moon. I show a nice surface of the moon, blah, 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 all the good stuff, right? But on the surface of the moon, I found an amazing technique, straight up forward, simple, to be able to show people exactly what's up there by using simple purple filters. And get this, I've showed you this before, the three lights. Well, there's this one too that looks stationary, but I think it's more or less a UFO flaring up. Just get it thrusting up, literally thrusting up. We've seen many signs of it. Now, what's that? Now, see, the purple filter is showing us, well, first of all, the three dots. You can see it without the filter. But with the filter, we could see that cloud or haze that's appearing at the same time. So we do have stationary points on the surface. And what for? Why would we have bright lights on the surface? Now, these are blinking like signal lights. A black dot beside an illuminated light on the moon. That is the exact proper term when I'm talking about these UFOs, because you're seeing a black dot going to the right, therefore the thrust is at the back on the left. When we see them going upwards, the thrust is on the bottom. Now here they plunge into the hazes and they thrust down at the same time. So here we'll see two different incidences, right? Very similar, but the one on the bottom has a black dot or spot beside the light, the illuminated light. That's because it is stationary, I think, or it's a UFO because we've seen them moving. But on top, we don't see that dark light. So here's a stationary UFO. I'm outside, and I ran outside without the tripod as usual because I was noticing the flashes of lights around this object. So this object is stationary, okay? And not only is it going to disappear and go away like you've never seen it before, it's not like a regular satellite moving by. You saw the tree stationary, it's just sitting there. It's impossible. And then it's going to take off like it's doing right now, which I've showed at least 4 or 5 times with the infrared, and split in two. See that? Lots of objects are found beside, here's Mars, right? Beside, always looks so far away, Mars. Here's the object beside Mars, or again, in front of Mars, between me. It could be over Earth that it was going by. I know that. What do you think of this underneath Jupiter? 4 lights, 3 spots, and 1 big light in the center, right underneath Jupiter. Let's talk size and distance. Mare Crisium, 345 miles in diameter. So to give you an idea, the UFOs that I'm capturing, I could fit 4 of them inside of this circle and inside that crater right there. But do you see that the whole screen is inside of 245 miles? Let's just say inside of 300 miles. There's the edge of Mare Crisium. So we'll see a couple of shots of Mare Crisium, then we'll go back to the moon. Mare Crisium. Isn't it beautiful? We're going to see, here's further out. If we can say further out, because it really is pretty close. And of course, I love filming along the Terminator line. I started filming along the Terminator line in 2016. I mentioned it. I was probably one of the first ones to mention it. When I say probably, I remember very well talking about how I was getting these objects. People are saying you can't get, there's no elevation on the moon. You can't see that much. You can't see that clear with a telescope. Well, when you film along the Terminator line, you're seeing everything that you do not see either. Now listen, a full moon, some people think, wow, you'll see more. No, you don't. The surface is very bright and illuminated. So what you have to do is take down that exposure. Look here, exposure taken down. It's scary, you know, because these UFOs are not alone. And there's a lot of action going on around them, as blurry as it is. Yes, we're looking through atmosphere and hazes. Here's one that was pretty cool. And we'll also see a stationary one, too, leaving right in front of me. Or did we see that at the beginning? Oh, yes, we saw it. Wow. So much to see in this video. But check it out. UFOs and satellites are very different. And the UFOs slow down and stick around. And look at this one's going to leave, not sideways, but it's going to go out really fast at one point. Now there it goes. We're just going to see it go out. And that's, you know, not seen with the satellites, because satellites keep the same trajectory as they're going across the sky, and in general the same speed. Here in infrared, we're jumping back and forth, sorry, or maybe some of you appreciate it, not to get bored with the moon. This is infrared. I'm not bored. Something coming into the atmosphere, and beside, I believe this was what? I'm not even sure. Sirius, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And look at that object come in, either sublimate. You learn a basic. It's not hard when you study asteroids. Here's Jupiter and an anomaly. You know, substances like asteroids, meteors, they sublimate, they change. They go from substance to gas when they go beside the sun. So I don't know. I imagine when they enter atmospheres of these planets or stars, like Jupiter, for example, here, this is a pretty cool anomaly. And you see all the moons around Jupiter, some of them anyways. So we're just going to get in real close to that object, because most objects are just flashes, right? So you'll see just a spot. But sometimes you actually see what looks like an object, like here, right? So these are appearing really, really fast. The camera's picking them up. Obviously not picking them up properly, but hang on, sometimes they really do pick them up. These objects are so bright, so the camera definitely captures it right away. But as you can see, there's some round object with another field that seems it was underneath it. And UFOs all over the skies in Montreal. Here's an explosion. I was forgetting about this one. I only showed it once. And yeah, it's an explosion out in space, further out. I'll get an arrow up and pass it 2 or 3 times. I see it well, and you'll see a yellow flash that appears in front of this object, directly aligned with this object. Now don't forget, it seems pretty far out, that object, but oh my goodness, did you see the flash it does in the sky? Straight across. Now, there's reasons for all of that, and that's what I'm studying. Not easy to know exactly what we're looking at all the time, but just, it doesn't matter. Just look at the beauty of it all without even knowing what we're looking at. So there it is, close up. Get ready. Boom. That light that was flashing was 2 objects. So many objects hit the moon, and I was really lucky enough to capture 2. One, especially during the time hours after India was said to have crashed itself on the moon. So we see these objects, and I'm sorry, but this is not a small object. You're seeing it through different filtering. This is basically almost a whole video that I'm fast forwarding here for you guys and gals. I have a lot of captures. You can see it's different filters, red filters. Here's beside the sun. There's lots of objects that are passing by in our solar system. And when they come in, well, they go by the sun. And back on the moon, yeah, those beautiful UFOs, and I call these the golden ones, that go under the haze. And that's where I started understanding that, well, where are they going? Are they, entering craters, or are they just going closer to the moon? So there is a haze on the moon. It's obviously that gray that everyone's seeing. Everyone says, oh, well, the moon's gray. And it's not. The moon is very, very colorful, I assure you. And it's not gray. I'm not the only person that's saying that either. Do you see what happens to the UFO when the light goes down? And again, I've been talking all week about the black dots that we could see beside some of these UFOs. Very important to mention, absolutely. Oh, my voice. Uh-oh. I hope tomorrow I'm going to be okay for the live stream. I'll be there anyways. I miss you guys. I was looking forward to do a live stream. Be a nice, cool live stream tomorrow. 2 live streams. And there's that black dot again, guys. You see it? I show it a lot. You getting tired of it? Nah, you can't get tired of it. That's what's on the moon. Oh, wow, nice surface. So, yeah, they're either, imagine, theoretical, okay? If we talk theory, these things could be on tracks. It could be transportation on the moon. It could be a whole bunch of things. But we have the proof that the surface is lighting up underneath. See the same shape? Literally the same shape. So either they're coming from the surface or they're traveling across the surface, teleporting themselves. Gas color from a UFO. There's no filter here, and I'd be an amazing genius being able to fit that in there. And anyways, all you big hackers, take a look. There's 1 layer here. So, at least when you see that you're taking my footage and looking at it and analyzing it and realize that, hey, this guy isn't faking. Well, that's right, because it's really up there. I'm not here to impress anyone. I am impressed with what I'm capturing, and obviously, probably most of you. You guys know how I work. What did I do here? Why is everything dark now, though? That's right. I took the exposure down completely, right? Almost, no, obviously not completely. Everything would phase out. So, is it distorting anything? No. It's showing us more of what's on the surface. Obviously, we don't see the object. Like here, often we see smokes and hazes on the surface. But the thing is, when it's just pixelation, pixelation appears on the screen. It's a layer over an image. That's confirmed, you know. If you've gone to school or if you've done a bit of research on pixelation, you can do it. You don't have to be a genius to do it. Look up pixelation. There's many examples online that they show you what pixels look like, how it forms. Now, hang on. You know, if you're looking at astrophotography, or if you're looking at someone in the pool with water, and you know, there's many differences that you're going to get a lot of different feedbacks on different images. A UFO spraying the surface of the moon. So I believe those smokes and hazes, maybe they're trying to create atmosphere up there. I have no idea. I heard they're going to be doing it on Mars. I never know if it's Mars or the moon. It could be the moon, but they're supposed to send a rover up there. Don't remember which one. There's so many rovers now. And there we are with a green filter, simply to see the UFOs. Now these are not letting off smoke. So we do see a lot of differences in some of the UFOs that I'm capturing. These aren't all the same captures. There's lots and lots of different lights moving around the moon. Do I see them all the time? No. If aliens have not been proven to exist yet, why are people posting all the types of aliens on YouTube channels?
This is Houston. Say again, please.